Okay, yeah. Good afternoon and welcome again to the Ramshackle Rhymesters Corner. I have an astronomical poem for you today. Yes, in the year 1930, a little girl called Venetia Burney gave a name to a recently discovered planet, and she called him Pluto. Yeah, but recently, the IAU, that is the Institute of Astronomical Union, got together and decided that he could no longer be a planet. Yes, and this is the poem. It's called Pluto's Revenge. It goes like this. 'Twas back in summer 2006 that Pluto got to hear, yeah, he had been downgraded, didn't meet criteria. The pantheon of planets was cut from 9 to 8. He'd hydrostatic equilibrium, which gave him his round shape. They'd said he was a planet because he orbited the sun, but now they say that he's a dwarf for the things he hasn't done. Now Pluto, he was mortified. His hopes and dreams were sunk, because he hadn't cleared his region of all of its space junk. If you want to be a planet, you must clear that Kuiper belt of its untidy lumps of rock. Can you imagine how he felt when all the other planets sneered with scorn and with derision? They taunted and they mocked him with that infamous decision. So Pluto, he devised a plan. He'd show those men of science that he was made of sterner stuff than those puffed up gassy giants. He knew that he was special since the day that he was found, for it was him, it wasn't them, named Mickey Mouse's hound. His heart it filled right up with pride, and he pushed out his chest. Keep your Jupiter and Neptune, I'll show 'em who's the best. Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, they are not so famous. You can take the rings of Saturn and shove 'em up Uranus. He gathered up the asteroids from his locality, together with some comets and other space debris, and made it neat and tidy to prove to them his worth, and chucked it in trajectories so to collide with Earth. It landed on headquarters of the IAU. Pluto, he just didn't stop. He just threw and threw. The bombardment was continuous. It was not abated, till Pluto ran right out of junk, and so was reinstated. And that's our poem. Anyway, thanks very much for listening, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye.